And we are here today because of the movie that's coming out on August the 8th. It's called Offender.
That's
it's been getting a lot of press at the moment. But for those that don't know, give us a bit of a synopsis into the movie, man.
Well, man, one word I'd give for it is deep, because, it's going to drag you in. You'd think it's just the same old film, like bit of violence, bit of this, bit of that, prison, Trust me, it's the first of its kind. As I say, it's a prison film, but it's also got the roads in it. It's got like a bit of love story in there. It's got a revenge theme, action plot, thriller. It's crazy, and at the same time you get dragged in, and it's got a deep storyline that you have to watch to the end. It just keeps dragging you in. It's like wow. And this is not me bigging up the film, because you know me as Mr. Free the Realness, so I'd be staying silent on that question. You get me? Trust me, go and watch it, man. It's a big film.
And for those that don't know, man, you come from a rap background. You've been lighting up, the UK rap scene for the last couple of years. I wanted to ask you, man, how hard was the transition? I know a lot of people must be asking you this, but the transition from, doing the music to acting, because this is your debut, right?
Yeah, my first ever acting on camera. But the only part that was hard was learning the lines. Learning the lines and knowing there's gaps in between these lines. This is not rap. This is like, I got to say a line and this guy says one. I got to kind of remember when they finished their lines as well. So that was the hardest part. Apart from that, man, everything was just natural, So
with the lines, is it quite different to like when you're rehearsing for raps though? Because
because it's like rap is patterned, rhythmical. Even though rap is 10 times more complicated, because my raps are complicated raps. I got mad flows and whatever, but yes, it's not something you can memorize too easily, especially when you have to do it identically. And it wasn't like a one poem. It's like you got different expressions, different words, and it comes out different a lot of the time, but it has to be on point so they can cut in with different cuts.
And the film's very raw, very gritty, and a lot of people might say that your role in the movie as Jake quite matches the persona as you as a rapper. Kind of, do you know what I mean? But I wanted to ask you, how did you get the role, man? How did you get involved in the Offender film?
Yeah, it was through rapping. Obviously, I'm a bit lucky there to just get called up for a big film like this. But at the same time, I've put in crazy work in rap and in the music thing for my name to ring, for someone to say, check this guy out. Then they saw me. To tell the truth, I don't think they would have took a chance if man didn't have 1.2 million views on my video when they see it. You see what I'm trying to say? So I'm just Mr. Realness, and they see the video and they say, let's get him in for a chance. You see what I'm saying? So when I come in, I performed. And I got the role, man. I got the role. And the transition isn't that hard. And they say, like you're saying, like you compare me as a rapper. Yeah, that's the explosive hype. That's the explosiveness. But, I'm not that evil. I'm not that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
9. Tommy Nicks.
So this is your first time inside? Who have you been living with? Girlfriend?
No girlfriend.
I wanted to ask you if you've faced much adversity, because a lot of the trained actors usually don't like people from the entertainment, like rap music background, coming into acting. Have you faced any of that? Like, did Joe say, boy, did he give you a hard time?
No, because there was nothing like that. I never really see that. I'd understand where you're coming from as that, but at the same time, I could say to an actor that's been training in school the whole time, was you out on the roads? Was you actually really having to do real acting classes where it really just sprung upon you on that occasion like that? So we have to just ask ourselves, the advantage is they kind of been learning lines. I never learned lines apart from that acting skills. Advantage is they've been doing it for years as well, but at the same time, once I start to understand and that, I felt like I was in the same shoes. And someone like Tommy, Joel is such a nice guy anyway. He's very professional. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So there would never be no animosity or anything like that. We both have mutual. I have respect for him and he has respect for me.
I'm always gonna take care of you. Look after you. Always.
Paycheck nice?
No, not at all, fam. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
A lot of people talk about the movie money being quite different to the music money.
Well, it's just when your name is big, innit? Like, you got a big name, you're getting big money because you're selling DVDs worldwide. But no one knows who no film buffs, like no film guys that just love film, they just buy DVDs, they don't really know who English Frank is. The music people do, you know what I'm trying to say? So the paycheck, everyone kind of got paid the same on this film. There was no biasness. I don't know about other actors, but all like the main, you know what I'm saying? We all kind of got, the budget went on making the film amazing. So when you say like this film's like a lot of money went into just the film, not the actors or this and that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But the fight scenes in the movie, they're pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're involved in a few of them as well. Like, was any injuries sustained during the movie?
Yeah, a few. Like I kicked Tommy really a couple times by accident. Because they didn't have padding in certain places, yeah. It was like, because it would have shown, the padding would have shown, like poking through his top and protective padding. A couple of times I think I kicked him in his chest, for real. Yeah. But I didn't get no injuries, no.
Decides to cross on us, we're all getting life. You wanted to silence it, didn't you? Who did this to you?
So a very raw, like it's very violent, the movie. A lot of people that watch this and, you know, see the trailer and that could tell that from before you even watch it. But then when you watch it, you realize that the film is very gritty, very violent. There's the background of the London riots of 2011 as well. Ron, was you concerned about any kind of media backlash?
Not at all. You know, all I'm here to do is kind of convey the world in the way that I see it and tell the stories that I want to tell and be convincing and truthful to those stories, really. You know, violence is violence, and we see too much cartoon violence, you know, where there's no effect. People get beaten up for like hours on end at the Marvel comics. And, you know, I've seen some of the most violent stuff in films aged for 12, and there's no blood, there's no pain, there's no death, there's no grief. I said, if we're going to do a revenge drama set in a Young Offenders Institute, it has to be kind of as real as it can be, because no one will believe the story. If the fight scenes didn't work, no one would believe that this lead character Tommy was capable of retaliating or taking revenge. You know, so, you know, it is violent. It's a hard watch, but actually there aren't that much violent scenes in it. It's just a world of claustrophobia and paranoia and fear and grief just dominate the whole atmosphere of the movie. And so when the violence does explode, it's kind of really hard to watch and really painful to watch and ugly and clumsy, and you know, you will squirm, you will react. And you know, I think that's the way we should portray violence at times in films of this subject matter. You know, it wasn't going to be you know, the Avengers inside a prison. You know, this is gritty, dirty, ugly violence, street violence, which is never pleasant and never that great.
And it comes out like on an anniversary of, you know, around the anniversary of the London riots, which were a year ago. Was you dubious or apprehensive about getting involved in a movie that, you know, was set on that occasion?
No, because I think that's just a reference point in the film. Do you see what I'm saying? The film isn't about that. The film's about a whole bunch of things. Do you see what I'm saying? And I mean, with me, like, you can't argue with the truth. That's the fact of the matter. So backlash all you want. The truth remains the truth, and facts will always be facts. So for as long as we do that, then we're fine.
How easy was it for you then with like fitting into the role of Angel Face then? Because some people might say that the persona kind of matches G-Fresh persona.
Yeah, I mean, so there are elements of myself in the character in a sense of his calm, but it's an uncomfortable calm. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I think that's all I had to bring in that sense. And I said it was finding extremes in my own personality. Do you see what I'm saying? I think when you overact is when you try and become something that you perceive. Whereas if you look for it within yourself, there's so many facets to us. We wake up in different moods. All things change with us. That it's easy to find this reality in yourself a lot of the time.
We all got regrets, you know.
I don't regret anything.